What's going on YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Money Moves with K. I am K, and today we're going to talk about how to virtually find distressed properties in every state. Now, this is something that I'm actually experienced in because, as you already know, may or may not know, I started my real estate investing company from Germany. We were stationed in Germany for 3 years, and I started there, the research and actually virtually wholesaling from Germany in the States. Okay. Now, what I want to do is start with the actual property that I found first, and then I'll get into the website that helps you to virtually find these properties. And this website is actually free. Okay. But first, check out this actual property. So this is a property that I found under the public hearing section. I'll show you that in just a second. Just hold tight with me. And it looks like it had a code violation. Now, in my prior videos, I've already discussed how to find code violations and what to do there. However, this has not only code violations, it's a website that has code violations, tax delinquencies, probate, all public notices in real estate they have. And let me briefly discuss what a public notice is, because in my last video, a lot of people were asking like, okay, I found the house, now what? Well, seasoned investors actually know what to do. They know exactly what to do, right? So a public notice is basically, it allows the public or stakeholders to know what is going on legally with the transaction of their real estate. So if there's a foreclosure, which that website has as well, and all other pertinent information regarding the real estate, it discusses or outlines in a public notice. Okay. And the website I'll go over in just a second actually it has newspapers. And that is one of the common ways that counties and cities publish their public notices is through newspapers. A lot of people don't physically get newspapers anymore. I understand. However, it's still online as well. So, but first, check this property out, guys. This is the quintessential property that I discuss in most of my distressed property videos. It has an open mailbox. A lot of times in my very first video that really did well on YouTube, I discussed 5 ways to find out if a property is distressed or not. And this is distressed clearly. Overgrown yard, overgrown weeds. The mailbox is open. Going back to the mailbox comment, the mailbox is open or there is no mailbox. That's my telltale sign. There's no mailbox at all. And a lot of times mailboxes will be on the actual home. So you have to look closely from street view, of course. And of course, like in my last video, folks were saying, well, you can't go in the mailbox. I know that. Do not touch anyone's mail. However, just making observations of the property, you can kind of see even the actual the driveway. The driveway it's overgrown as well. These are all things, as soon as I seen this property, I said, this is a distressed property, number one. And number two, they need help, okay? And under that public hearing, let me just go to the website. So this is the home that I found. This is in Alabama, by the way. I am not in Alabama, okay? So let's go back. So this is the website. I only disclose this website to my course members. I promised them that I would not link this information to YouTube as a free resource because I wanted to include that in the course. So course link is in the description and the pinned comments if you're interested in the course. The Tax Blueprint Beginners course. This is for beginners, okay? And you can see this is every state that they list for public notices. Again, these are all public notices. So real quickly, let me go to this is the second page. Once you click on the state that you're interested in, it will pull up this page, which outlines each and every single newspaper within that state. So as a seasoned investor, you are wondering you're not wondering, you know exactly what to do. But for the new folks who may need a little bit of help and guidance on what to do, let's check out, it says popular searches. So it has everything public notices related. So it has delinquent taxes, foreclosures, lien sales, ordinances, probate notices to creditors, probate sale of property. What is a probate? Let me stop here. A probate is essentially when someone passes away and they leave their belongings, a lot of times real estate, to a loved one, okay? Or a friend or somebody that they know and trust and love, essentially, to have their property and take over their property. Now, a lot of times in these situations and scenarios, the folks who are receiving the property may not want the property. They may be grieving over their aunt, uncle, mom, dad, sister, brother, or whomever has passed away. And they may actually have a mortgage of their own. So taking on another mortgage or taking on additional responsibilities, even the upkeep, let's say the home is actually completely paid for, it's free and clear, it's still an upkeep to that property so that it doesn't look like this, right? So we don't want it to get to this point, and now it's on the radar of the city or the county, and now there's problems where there's additional fees and costs related to the home. So when we talk about probate, that's when someone has passed away, and we talk about the real estate realm of it all on this channel, of course. But so probate, sale of property, public hearings. This is this is what I clicked on to do further investigation. And the cool thing about this website is that they do actually tell you the not website, but the address. So they tell you the address, and I was able to go on the back end, which I show my course members as well, and look up the deed. I know exactly what's happening. I know exactly how much this person paid for the property. And I know by running comps, how much the property is actually worth. That's very important when you're finding these properties too, because from my research, I think I saw that the owner paid $64,000 or $51,000. I can't remember because I've looked at a ton of properties. And the property, according to Zillow, now I don't go by Zillow, by the way. I'm just giving you a brief synopsis of how it looks. But Zillow was saying $152,000 it is worth. Is that true or not? In the course, I outlined step by step how to find comps or what a property is worth. All right. So you have public hearing, you have public sale of personal property, requests for proposals, seizures, and unclaimed land. Unclaimed land. Okay. Actually, it doesn't say land, it says property. My mind just goes to land. So it says unclaimed property. All right. So these are the things you can click on, the titles, or it'll redirect you to these particular lists, these newspapers that have these public hearings and public notices in their newspaper. Excuse me. So this is amazing. Why? Because you can use this. Let's go to foreclosures. Now, by that point, it may be a little too late, but there are instances in which you can look at delinquent taxes and kind of get an idea of the condition and shape of the property and know that the property owner may need some help. And you may be able to help them before it even gets to foreclosure, which is a pre-foreclosure, okay? So that is the sweet spot for investors, is that pre-foreclosure phase where you're pretty much eliminating the public notice of a foreclosure. So everybody's in there at that point. You know, everybody, all investors are in as interested. But how do you get your hands on the pre-foreclosure list, or that stage in which you can contact the owner one-on-one and eliminate them from going to foreclosure? Excuse me. I got excited when I saw this. I've already put this in my course from the beginning of the course, but when I tend to kind of go, if you go back to this page, you can see some of the states that are highlighted in purple. I tend to just research different states, and you can do this virtually, guys. This is something that you can do virtually. All right. So just keep that in mind. This is a hidden gem. I really wanted to share this with you because this is an opportunity for you to do this virtually. I'm in the comfort of my home and I found this property. And as soon as I seen the property, again, this address was outlined in the public hearing section. And I was able to look on Google Street View and I saw this property. I'm like, that is the quintessential property that I love to see, to reach out to the owner and try to figure out how I can help. And I actually might do that. Looking at the comps in this area, I know that this actually may be a good deal. Depending on the condition of the home, of course, that's what you need to look at. From Street View, I don't necessarily know. It's just overgrown. And that's this was also, when I Googled the address, I also saw just some notes. Pretty much people are saying that it's a nuisance. Clearly, if I did a 360 or 180, view of the neighborhood, you can tell that this is a working class neighborhood and they really don't want this to be an eyesore to the neighborhood. So they complain. This person got a code violation, it seems, and they're trying to get them to cut the weeds, make the home more presentable because it shows pride of ownership, okay? All right, that's the end of my video. If you want this website, I do discuss the website in my course. Link in the description and pinned in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, just in the comment section, type virtual. It allows me to know that you made it here this far in the video. And until next time, guys, you stay blessed. Peace.